Hag Hanukkah Sameach, everyone. We are on our last day, right? In fact, I've already got all 8 candles in the Hanukkah right now. All 9 of them are lining up. And oh, we're just so excited because tonight is going to be the biggest and brightest of all. And I can hardly wait. But we're going to sit down just for a few minutes while Mama is finishing up with all the latkes for tonight. And we're going to talk about a sweet little spider, and his name is Sammy. Now, some of you have already met Sammy. I think maybe you have met Sammy back on Rosh Hashanah. But today, this little Sammy is its first Hanukkah. How many of you out there, this has been your first Hanukkah to celebrate? Oh, that many? Well, that's wonderful. I'm so glad you're here because this is a little story about Sammy's first Hanukkah, and you might find yourself really comparing with him and maybe having some of the same situations that he's finding himself in. So we're going to get started. And just as I reminded you at shul the other day, we do have a surprise visitor, and his name is Rabbi Naftali. And I asked you to write down some of the questions that you might have for him today for Ask the Rabbi. And so I do have a little list here that you gave me. So we're going to finish up with Rabbi Naftali as soon as our story is finished. So sit down for just a few moments and we will see what's going on with Sammy. Isn't he cute? Look how brightly colored he is. He's got as many colors as the Hanukkah. He is so cute. Well, let's find out. Where is Sammy? Well, oh my goodness, look at him. He's way up here and he's so cold. It says Sammy Spider is shivering in his web high up the Shapiro's living room. So this little family is called the Shapiro family, and they have little spiders living way up high in the ceiling. And the little spider says, "Look, Mother," he called, "what is Mrs. Shapiro lighting?" "Oh, that's a menorah," answered Miss Spider. "The Shapiros are celebrating Hanukkah. They will light one more candle every night for 8 nights. So Sammy is beginning to learn what is going on during Hanukkah. "Oh, it's beautiful," said Sammy, as he lowered himself on a strand of webbing to take a closer look. "Be careful," warned Miss Spider. "Don't get too close." Oh, that wouldn't be good if you got too close to the flame, would it? It was the first night of Hanukkah, and Sammy stopped right above the shamus. Ooh, right there. And look at him. He is, his feet are dangling right there. And it says, look at this. The helper candle is called the shamus, and this is called the helper candle. And that's what Miss Shapiro has used to light the first candle. "Mother, the flame feels so good," Sammy says, "on my cold feet." Oh, he's too cute. He's got his feet all up here close to the shamus candle getting warm. Now Miss Shapiro reached into his pocket and he handed Josh a bright blue dreidel. What color is the dreidel? Blue. Now when the candles had melted and the flame flickered down, the Shapiros announced it's bedtime, and they took little Josh upstairs. "Well, it's your bedtime too, Sammy," called Miss Spider. Sammy climbed into his strand of silk webbing. Oh, look, Mama's made him like a little cradle there. And it was so cozy up there in the corner, and Miss Spider gently tucked him in. "Mother," asked Sammy, "do you think I could have a blue dreidel to spin?" "Silly little Sammy," Mother laughed. "Spiders don't spin dreidels. Spiders spin webs." Everyone sang the Hanukkah song and ate donuts filled with sweet red cherry filling. And they were spinning dreidels. And then what happened? Well, that night when the spider tucked Sammy into his soft web, he asked, "Mother, do you think I could have a red dreidel to spin?" "Oh, silly little spider," his mother answered. "Spiders don't spin dreidels. Spiders spin webs." So every night they're lighting a candle, and Mom and Dad are giving them dreidels every single night. Oh my goodness, there was dreidels everywhere. The dreidels were twisted and twirling across the floor, and the red one dropped around the blue one, and then the blue one dropped around the yellow one. And he says, "Mother, could I have a yellow dreidel to spin?" Sammy asked at bedtime. "Silly little Sammy," she said. "Spiders don't spin dreidels. Spiders spin webs. Look at all of the dreidels they have. a red one, a blue one, and a yellow one. Oh, my, my. Now, each night, Sammy watched from his warm perch above the shamash. On the fourth night, there was a green one. As they lit the 4 candles, Dad would give Josh a green dreidel. On the 5th night, they lit 5 candles and gave Josh a purple dreidel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a purple dreidel. Look at all of the dreidels. They're adding up. Oh, goodness. And then, whoops, let me get that here. On the 6th night, they lit 6 candles and gave Josh an orange dreidel. On the 7th night, they lit 7 candles and Josh got a rose-colored dreidel. Sammy had to raise himself a little higher on his web because his feet were getting really hot. Look at him. He's dangling up here with all his little feet, trying to keep his feet warm. But now that there's so many candles, I bet it's getting a little bit hot, right? So what's happening now? On the 8th night, Sammy felt sad as he watched the Shapiros light all 8 candles, and they gave Josh a brown wooden dreidel. That dreidel, let me see. Look, we have a wooden dreidel just like that. Oh my, how fun is that? Okay, he says, I'm going to miss Hanukkah, he thought. I won't be able to smell the delicious latkes, and I won't hear any Hanukkah songs, and I won't be able to watch Josh spin all of his colorful dreidels. And how will I keep my feet warm? If only I could have just one dreidel, he thought, as the 8 dreidels danced around merrily across the floor. What fun I would have. And then he remembered his mother's words. What had Mother always told him? Every time he asked for a dreidel, she would say, "Spiders don't spin dreidels. Sammy, spiders spin webs." Okay, I think he was maybe feeling a little better, but he still wanted a dreidel, didn't he? But when the last candle flickered out and Sammy climbed reluctantly up to his web to bed, his mother smiled and handed him a gift and said, "Happy Hanukkah, Sammy." I wonder what is in that little gift that Mother has given him. Let's see. Sammy opened the package and found 8 little socks, one for each night of Hanukkah and one for each of his 8 little feet. Look at that. All of his little feet have a little sock on them. And what does the little sock have spun on it? Mother had spun a little dreidel into the fabric of the web. Isn't that cute? He's got little socks that have little dreidels on them. So Sammy pulled on his new socks. There was a blue one, a red one, a yellow one, a green one, a purple one, an orange one, a rose-colored one, and a brown one. And how many is that? 8. So did you know how many feet does Sammy have? He has 8. I'm glad we only have 2, aren't you? Well, he slid happily down the silky strand, and he began to spin faster and faster and faster, and he shouted and said, "Mom, look at me. I'm spinning my dreidels, all 8 of them." So he finally got to spin a dreidel, didn't he? And that's because the dreidels were actually on his socks on his 8 little feet. I just love that story, and I'm so happy because now Sammy has finished his first Hanukkah, and he has had so much fun learning about everything that he can do to have fun during all 8 nights of Hanukkah. Okay, so now that we've finished our story, as I've promised, we've invited Rabbi Naftali to come visit us and give us a few little answers to our questions. So let's ask the Rabbi. Rabbi Naftali.
Hey, Hug Sameach, everybody. Look at all those kids. I didn't expect there to be so many kids.
I know. Look at them.
Wow.
You have a full audience.
It's amazing.
And I have been told that this is your first time on TV. Do you know you're on TV too?
What? I'm on TV?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Wow.
Everyone, oh, yes. Hag Sameach.
Hug Sameach. Wow, I didn't know that. It's amazing.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So don't be shy. Just be yourself.
Okay.
There's no need to be nervous.
Okay.
No, be strong and courageous, like Joshua.
Okay, like Joshua. Okay.
Okay. Well, we've been learning in our shul that if you have questions that someone can't really give you a good answer to, we always say, let's just ask the rabbi.
That's right. Always ask the rabbi if you have a question about something, and we'll try to answer. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I know that you have to get back to your family pretty soon for the lighting of your menorah.
That's right, yeah.
So we're going to just ask you a few questions.
Okay.
So the first question that was sent to me was, can you tell us how many candles are actually on the Hanukkah?
How many candles are on the Hanukkah? That's a great question. Let's count them, okay?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles.
Goodness.
8 candles on the Hanukkah.
Okay. Now, I heard a little something in your voice that kind of reminds me of Shalom Sesame.
Shalom Sesame. That's right. I watched. That's how I learned how to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. From the little Dracula guy, the count guy. Yeah.
Oh goodness. Okay. Well, I thought that was reminiscent of something I've seen before. Have any of you watched Shalom Sesame? Oh, a bunch of you have.
Everybody, look at all those hands out there.
There's a lot of fun in that, and you can even learn some new words in Hebrew by watching that. For some of you that are only 4 or 5 years old.
And
now, most of you that are older, I know you've already learned to read and speak Hebrew, but some of you sitting there probably haven't learned all of it yet.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh goodness. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Rabbi.
Yeah.
So Joshua says, why does the Hanukkah have to have 8 candles?
Why does the Hanukkah have 8 candles? Very good question. Why? Because there was a miracle, right? So miracle, we had the miracle of the oil, and the miracle of the oil lasted 8 full days. So we light 8 candles because we want to remember the miracle that God gave us when He gave us the oil that was supposed to last 1 day, actually lasted 8 days. So that's the answer. Right there, why we have a Hanukkah 8 days.
So it's about all the oil that lasted in the menorah. Yeah. Where was that menorah?
It was in the Beis Mikdash, which is the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. And so that's where we had the original miracle. And now you have the light in your own house.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay. So we have a very good question here. And this one is from Katura. And Katura is saying, why do we eat jelly donuts and latkes?
Because they taste good? No, that's really not the reason.
we love them, don't we?
Yeah, it's great. Okay, so we say, here's the word for donuts in Hebrew. Sufganiyot.
Ooh.
Sufganiyot. Can you say it with me? Sufganiyot. Yeah, sufganiyot. Sufganiyot geli with jelly donuts. And latkes made with potatoes. And the reason we have these is because there are things made in oil to celebrate the miracle of the oil.
Okay.
Plus, they taste good.
Yes, they do. And I know most of us have eaten so many of those jelly donuts and those latkes. And we're going to really miss them after tonight because do we have to wait?
No.
Till next year?
No, you can have sufganiyot.
And latkes?
Anytime. And latkes anytime.
Oh.
But especially during Hanukkah, you should eat them every single night.
Okay. I love it when you have to have jelly donuts, right? And some gelt.
Gelt. Don't feel guilty about eating gelt.
I have some left over. I'm going to have again tonight.
There you go.
In fact, we'll give you some gelt to take home to your family.
Toda rabah.
Bavakasha. Okay, the last question. Everyone agreed that we should ask you this question, and that is, did the Messiah celebrate Hanukkah?
Very, very, such smart kids. Look at all the smart kids out there.
I know.
Very smart.
Very smart.
Okay, so, did Messiah Yeshua keep Hanukkah?
Yes.
The answer, yes. In the Gospel of John, we call Yochanan, in the 10th chapter, it says he went to the temple in the winter to celebrate the Feast of Dedication, which dedication in Hebrew is Hanukkah. So he celebrated the Hanukkah for sure. And by the time he celebrated, it was a holiday already 160 years old.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow. So that means all of his Talmudim would have celebrated with him too.
Yeah. Everybody.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. That was the last question that we have.
Okay.
And so I guess we're going to have to sign off for now. But would you just promise us that you'll come back sometime and visit us?
Of course. It's my first time on TV. I'm so nervous, but I love it. I love you. Hanukkah Sameach. And thank you very much for having me. And hope you have a wonderful Zot Hanukkah.
Yes, and may you be blessed. And may all of you be blessed. And may your Hanukkah be bright and shiny tonight as all of the candles are lit. And remember, take the light of your candles and put it in your heart and just be a light to the world, because you know the candles represent the light of Messiah. So you can take the light of Messiah into the world. And do you know how you can do that? Well, there's a lot of ways, but one of them is a big smile. Everyone, a big smile. So everywhere you go, smile and be kind to others. And that's the way you can share the light of Messiah. So, Hanukkah Sameach. And again, just be blessed and take this beautiful light of Messiah into the world. B'Shem Yeshua.
Amen. Amen.
And thank you again for being here.
Well, you're welcome. Baruch HaShem.